Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive.
Yes, hi, hello.
Today we're looking at some of the key takeaways from CyberiCON 2025.
That's good.
We had some amazing conversations there, and one that really stood out was with the folks from CrowdStrike and Deloitte.
Yeah, they're really at the cutting edge of this whole cybersecurity landscape right now.
Absolutely. And it's amazing to think that there are now over 250 organized cybercrime groups operating worldwide.
It's a crazy number, right? I mean, just a decade ago, that number was only 30.
Yeah, it's a staggering increase.
Yeah.
So what's driving this huge explosion in cybercrime?
Well, it's kind of a perfect storm,
Okay, break it down for us.
First, you've got the incredible profits involved in cybercrime these days. Ransomware attacks, for example, those can net criminals millions of dollars.
Yeah, you hear about those all the time, it seems like.
Right, and it's relatively low risk compared to, say, robbing a bank. I mean,
it's cute.
You can launch a cyber attack from pretty much anywhere in the world and stay relatively anonymous.
So it's kind of like high reward, low risk, unfortunately. Yeah. And then on the other side of the equation, we're struggling to attract enough young talent to cybersecurity.
It's like we're losing the talent war to the dark side.
In a way,
Yeah.
I mean, we need to do a better job of highlighting, the intellectual challenge and the positive impact a career in cybersecurity can have.
It's like a digital arms race.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's not all doom and gloom.
Yeah.
Governments are starting to take notice and implement some pretty serious measures.
Well, you mentioned some new EU regulations, right? NIS2 and DORA, I think.
Yeah, those are some big ones.
Can you break those down for us? What do they actually mean for businesses?
So imagine this. For the first time ever, company leaders, even CEOs and CFOs, could face personal penalties, even jail time, for major cybersecurity failings.
Wow, that's serious. So it's not just about fines for companies anymore, it's personal.
Yeah, exactly. It puts a lot of pressure on companies to make sure their cybersecurity is up to scratch.
I guess that's one way to get people's attention.
It definitely sends the strong message that cybersecurity is a top priority.
It makes it everyone's responsibility, not just the IT departments.
Exactly. And, amidst all the warnings about threats and regulations, there was also a lot of talk at CyberiCON about the positive side of cybersecurity.
Oh, yeah. Tell me more.
Well, it's not just about defense anymore. It's about using cybersecurity to actually drive business growth.
So it's not just a cost center, it's an opportunity.
Right. It's about building security into the DNA of your business from the ground up.
Security by design.
Exactly. It should be like building a house. You wouldn't add the locks after it's already built, right?
Makes sense.
And a great example of this in action is SGS. They're a global certification company operating in over 150 countries.
Wow, that's a lot of ground to cover.
And they had to completely overhaul their cybersecurity across their entire network.
I can't even imagine the scale of that project.
Yeah, they partnered with CrowdStrike and Deloitte to implement a comprehensive cybersecurity framework. And you know what?
What?
They managed to deploy CrowdStrike solutions across 100,000 devices in just 2 months.
Seriously. 100,000 devices in 150 countries in just 2 months. That's incredible.
It was a huge undertaking, but they pulled it off.
I guess that shows what's possible when you've got the right partners and the right technology.
Absolutely. Partnerships are key in this fast-paced world of cybersecurity.
It really does highlight the importance of collaboration in this space. But, even with the best tech and partners in place, it seems like there's always a chance that something could go wrong, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You can never be 100% secure. That's just the reality of the cyber landscape.
So how do you even approach cybersecurity in that kind of environment?
Well, that's where the idea of resilience by design comes in. It's about accepting that breaches are inevitable and focusing on how you can detect and respond to them quickly.
So it's not just about building a fortress. It's about being able to bounce back when the inevitable attack happens.
Exactly. Think of it like a medieval castle.
Yeah.
You can build the strongest walls and moats in the world.
Yeah.
Someone's going to find a way in eventually.
Right.
What matters is how quickly you can identify the breach, contain the damage, and get your defenses back up and running.
So it's about having that kind of cyber muscle memory, ready to react at a moment's notice.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
And CrowdStrike, they actually have this internal motto that really captures this mindset.
Oh, yeah. What is it?
Protect in under 60 minutes, detect in under 10 minutes, respond in under 1 minute.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
It's a bold goal, but it shows how seriously they take incident response.
And I imagine that kind of speed is essential in today's world where threats can evolve so quickly.
Absolutely. But,
Sure.
Achieving that level of agility, it's not easy.
So what are some of the roadblocks that companies face in trying to become that responsive?
Well, I think one of the biggest challenges is a lack of visibility.
Okay.
A lot of organizations just don't have a clear picture of their IT environment,
Yeah.
They don't know what devices are connected to their network, what software is running on those devices, who has access to what data.
Yeah, it's like trying to fight an enemy you can't even see.
Exactly. And then on top of that, you've got the ever-increasing complexity of IT environments these days with cloud computing, mobile devices, the Internet of Things.
It just adds so many more layers to worry about.
It really does.
Mm.
And all of that makes it incredibly difficult to secure everything and to track down threats when they do occur.
It's like trying to secure a castle that's constantly changing shape.
A very good analogy. But there is some good news here.
Ooh, tell me more.
This is where artificial intelligence is really starting to make a difference.
Ah, yes. AI. Everyone's talking about it.
And for good reason. AI-powered security tools can analyze massive amounts of data, identify patterns that humans would miss, and automate tasks that would take humans hours or even days to complete.
So it's like having a team of super efficient digital detectives constantly monitoring your systems.
Exactly. And the beauty of AI is that it's constantly learning and adapting. As it sees more data, it gets better at recognizing patterns and identifying threats.
So it's not just a static tool, it's constantly evolving.
And that's essential in the world of cybersecurity, where the threats are constantly evolving too. AI can help us stay ahead of the attackers by identifying new threats as they emerge and by automating our defenses.
Sounds pretty powerful. But, we've also heard about the potential risks of AI being used by cybercriminals to launch even more sophisticated attacks. How do we balance those risks with the potential benefits?
It's important to remember that AI is a tool, and like any tool, it can be used for good or bad. It's crucial that we develop and deploy AI responsibly with the right safeguards in place.
So it's not just about the technology itself, it's about how we use it and how we govern its development.
Exactly. We need to make sure we're using AI to enhance security for everyone, not to create new vulnerabilities.
So it's a social and ethical challenge as well as a technical one?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We need to ensure that AI is used to benefit society as a whole.
And speaking of benefits, we've talked a lot about the threats and challenges in cybersecurity, but are there also opportunities emerging? Is there a silver lining to all this?
Yeah, for sure. Cybersecurity isn't just about, mitigating risks. It's also about enabling innovation and growth.
So it's a business driver, not just a cost.
Exactly. Companies that prioritize cybersecurity, they're better positioned to innovate, to protect their intellectual property.
Yeah.
And ultimately to gain a competitive advantage.
It's like they say, the best defense is a good offense.
Right. And it's not just about protecting what already exists. It's about creating new opportunities.
New opportunities? Like what?
Well, the cybersecurity industry itself is booming. New companies and technologies are emerging all the time.
So there are opportunities not just for cybersecurity professionals, but also for entrepreneurs and investors.
Absolutely. There's a huge need for innovative solutions that can help organizations stay ahead of the curve. This ever-evolving threat landscape.
And what about governments? We talked about the EU's new cybersecurity regulations, but are other countries following suit?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Governments all over the world are waking up to the importance of cybersecurity.
It's a global issue.
Absolutely. It's not just about national security anymore. It's about economic competitiveness, too. We're seeing increased investment in cybersecurity research and development and more collaboration between governments and the private sector.
So it's becoming a top priority everywhere.
Yeah, for sure. So, bringing it back to our listeners, what does all of this mean for individuals?
Yeah.
What can we do to protect ourselves in this crazy digital world?
Well, awareness is key. Stay informed about the latest threats and vulnerabilities. Be cautious about what information you share online. And, be skeptical of suspicious emails or links.
So basically, be smart about your online behavior.
Exactly. And just like businesses need to embrace that resilience by design mindset, individuals can do the same thing for their own digital lives. Think about what data is most important to you and take steps to protect it. Don't wait for something bad to happen. Be proactive.
Right. So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the key takeaway here?
Yeah, what should our listeners remember?
I think the most important thing to remember is that cybersecurity is everyone's responsibility.
It's not just about the technology.
Right. It's about people making smart choices and taking proactive steps to protect themselves and their organizations.
We all have a role to play.
Absolutely. The threats are real and they're constantly evolving, but so are the solutions. By staying informed, working together, and embracing a culture of cybersecurity awareness, we can create a safer, more secure digital future for everyone.
Well said. It's been an incredible journey exploring the world of cybersecurity with you today. We've covered a lot of ground from the rise of cybercrime to the transformative potential of AI. And while the challenges are certainly daunting, it's clear that there are also incredible opportunities for those who are prepared to embrace this evolving landscape. So until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and stay safe in the digital world.